Another gutless cowardice and stupid display from Parker's mob today. Being a Burnley fan sucks right now. Hello everyone, JB here. Quick review. Um, you could say I'm absolutely not. I'm past caring to be honest with you. Burnley put another gutless, spineless, and cowardice performance in today. We've been beaten 2-0 off Brighton and Hove Albion. There's no point in me going over the same ground. Only to see that Parker just does not learn his lessons. Alan Pace isn't learning his lessons. He hasn't sacked the bastard, and he should have sacked him 5 months ago after the defeat at Brentford. Right? He should have sacked him in November. And he's getting more lies than a blinking cat, Parker. You know, we had a chance just to put some pride back into what's been a disastrous season. It's been a disastrous season. It's been the worst season I can ever remember supporting Burnley. This is worse than the company one 2 years ago when we were last in the Premiership. It is disgraceful. Yes, we should have had 2 goals today. Marginal VAR. As I said, I've said my piece on VAR. I don't think it's fit for purpose. That said, so I'm not going to go over the VAR decisions. They are what they are. We all know VAR stinks to high heaven. The PGMOL don't like us, and they'll give every decision in the world against us. Well, we can't just keep blaming them for what's going on here. There's a bigger picture to be told here on all of this. We can't just blame referees, and we can't just blame VAR every single fucking week. The book starts with certain people at the football club, namely Alan Pace, the chairman, and Scott Parker, the manager. That's the bigger picture. Yes, we were denied twice by VAR. We know how corrupt VAR is, right? But then again, we're not the only team we've been hard done by this season. So we can't just blame it on VAR, okay? The problem is Scott Parker. Always has been, always will be, for as long as he's at this fucking club, right? I think forget about what's happened today. We were beaten by a better team. Brighton, you can see why Brighton are going for European football. They wanted to win. They wanted it more than us. The only 2 players that I actually think tried, and I've only seen highlights and listened to commentary on the radio today because I've been working, and I've seen 10-minute highlights from Match of the Day, on their on the BBC website. Right. The only 2 players that I can think of that actually tried in the entire game from a Burnley point of view was Zian Fleming. He never stopped. He never gave in. He never gave up and all that. And James Ward-Prowse, from what I saw on the highlights, put in some really good deliveries, especially for the goal that got choked off when Bashir put it in. But, they're marginal offside, but Jadon Anthony and Bashir Humphreys, that's just stupid. You can't just, even if you're an arm offside or even if you're like even a toe end offside is offside under the current rules. And we know that the offside rules an arse. We know that. But if Bashir Humphreys and Jadon Anthony just wait a stingy little bit more, a second less more, to make their moves, we scored 2 perfectly good goals and the result's different. So even though VAR may have got them wrong, Jadon Anthony and Bashir Humphreys, both of them, have given VAR to and the linesman that opportunity to tag them offside. So you can't just blame it on VAR. Secondly, I thought the performance today performance-wise, I thought we were terrible. Mind you, we have to touch on Parker again. It's a running theme. He's gone on record afterwards. For one nice hour tonight, I thought he hadn't done a post-match interview, and obviously he did one around about 6 o'clock, I think, or something or other, because I didn't hear anything. I was checking Twitter whilst I was at work and things like that, and I was thinking, actually, he might be locked in the boardroom with Alan Pace. Maybe Pace has actually decided enough's enough, let's fire him. Apparently JJ Watt was there as well, and you don't mess with somebody like him. To cut a long story short, Parker, tactically, he's so fucking inept. It's unbelievable. You've got Bashir Humphries, who's a left footer, plays him on the right, plays him at right back. You couldn't make this up. And then he's playing Marcus Edwards, again, left footed, plays him on the right wing. Where's the sense in that? And then to make matters even worse, he brings on Boyer with 10 minutes to fucking go. And guess where he's going? Oh, he's going to right back. He's a fucking striker, for heaven's sake. I'm not angry. I'm just flabbergasted and laughing my sides off how ridiculous this has got. This is our manager who's behind all this, and you're thinking, what more madness can one football club gets? But the whole, Brighton scored two really good. The first goal, we don't defend it well enough. Their right back gets in there. Second goal, to be fair to him, that's a great goal. That second goal from Brighton, it's a 25 yards. Daisy Cutter. The Bratica hasn't got a probe on the two goals, so no blame attached to him at all. But it's not just the defeat that's irking me about the today. It's the whole thing, the football club. I mean, even the match day program, I was reading on Twitter, even this is before the match, the guys that write the match day program, who's actually writing all this rubbish? Apparently, Alan Murray, he's managed Brighton, but he's not managed. He's played for. Apparently, he joined Brighton in 1960. I've checked Wikipedia. He's never played for Brighton. He managed them for about 3 or 4 years in the late 70s, early 80s, but I certainly can't remember him playing for Brighton. He was playing, as far as I'm concerned, Alan Murray played for Fulham and Tottenham. He never played for Brighton. He managed them, as I said, but he never played for them. And then there was a screenshot. Natalie Bromley on Twitter, or X or whatever they call it now, brought this one up. What was it? Oh yeah, in the men's section. Oh, Burnley FC women. Who are actually? What are the football club playing at? They are so up their own arse. They have basically cut communicate. There's no communications from the hierarchy towards the fans. Pace just doesn't have a clue. I don't know who's running all the social media setup at the club. I mean, they even had the brass cheek after such a gutless, spineless and a cowardice display to say thank you to the fans. They can stick their fags up their arse, as far as I'm concerned. Because people have paid good money to watch the game and have got shortchanged again. And this is why I won't go to games. This is why I'll stay at home and save me money. Because until Pace actually brings in a fucking proper manager who fucking gives a shit about the club and actually does a fucking good job, he isn't getting a penny from me until that happens. For as long as Parker, that Muppet Parker's in charge. Enough's enough. Parker should have gone at the start of December. He should have gone then. In 4 fucking months later, one win since October, and that was, frankly, we were lucky to get that against Crystal Palace away. We haven't won a game in the league since October. You take out the Millwall Cup victory in January. The club is rotten from top to bottom. Alan Pace, what are you doing? Listen, I can understand you trying to put your own stamp on it, but don't Americanise things. It's not cool. It's not good enough. And why are you persisting with such an absolute fucking muppet of a manager in Scott Parker. It's absolutely ridiculous the way the club's been run from top to bottom. Parker's got to go. Parker must walk now. You know, if you've got any pride, Parker, just fuck off. Enough is fucking enough. I'll be glad when this season's over. Because let's be honest, the whole season from start to finish, has been an utter fucking disaster. And I can't wait. I just want this season over with. I want relegation confirmed and the season over with. I can then look forward to some proper football and watch the World Cup without any stress or anything like that. You know, hopefully England might win the thing, but my team, listen, at the end of the day, if Pace does the right thing, sacks the manager, gets a proper manager in 4 months ago, we might have been going up the table. We might be in an FA Cup semi-final like Leeds are. We might have enough points like Sunderland have. It's the little things. You sack the manager, and appoint a good one, and give him full reign of the transfers. We don't struggle. The whole club is cut rotten from top to bottom. And Scott Parker and Alan Pace just fucking sort it out. And Parker, if you've got any fucking honour left, fuck off. Enough is enough.